Aquarius. Aquarius. Alright, first of all, Aquarius is ruled by the planet Uranus, and Aquarius is a fixed air sign. So, a common misconception that I wasn't aware of until I really started to study astrology was that Aquarius is not a water sign, due to common misconception, because there's aqua in the first part, or it sounds like that. It's actually an air sign, a fixed air sign. Aquarius is a fixed air sign, planet ruled by, or zodiacal sign ruled by the planet Uranus. So that's the lowdown on Aquarius. That's the bite you need to know to work with Aquarian energy. Also, I gotta say, we're in an age of Aquarius now. That has everything to do with ancient calendars ending in the 70s. I do need to look that up, but it began fairly recently. It might have been a few hundred years ago. No, it was the age of Pisces. Pisces is right after Aquarius. It was Aquarius Pisces. Pisces ended on the same date in the calendar. We look at Mayan calendars and world calendars, and it matches up. It matches on various world levels, and Pisces ended when Christ was born, and that's also about the time that they started going by the Pisk symbol, the fish symbol. I don't know if you're aware of that being an original symbol about followers of Jesus Christ, was this fish symbol, and it's the same symbol that it's a fish symbol, a piscis. That was the age of Pisces, but now, since then, we've been in the age of Aquarius, so that's about 3,000 years ago. That's something I wanted to say. And it shows. It shows in the kind of social revolutions we saw 3,000 years ago. 2021 years ago, when Jesus Christ was crucified. And we've been counting our calendar ever since then. And that's when the age of Aquarius began. So I'd like to talk more about what is the age of Aquarius. And like I just mentioned, you can see the immense social revolution that occurred since Jesus Christ was sacrificed. And we entered the age of Aquarius. So Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, who is the lord of all revolutionary energy. So Uranus is very an energy of wanting to overthrow all past modes and ways of existence. He's not about organizing it or like being spontaneous about it. He's very much always got his eye on some very idealistic goal. Aquarians are very rational, a very rational energy. Like a cool wind. And I associate whirlwind energy with Aquarius. That's what I see their energy being like, since Uranus is the god of revolutions and social revolutionary thought. Thought that is going to overthrow some old governmental way, some old way, and bring in something new. So I see like a bright blue energy when I picture Aquarius, a bright blue and a white, like icy white. So Aquarius is in place for the sun, during the whole of February, January 21st to February 21st. That's the period of time that Aquarius rules in our calendar year. So I get this blue-white kind of very airy, very crisp and cool energy. There's a cerebralness to the Aquarian sign, to the Aquarian. They're very good with writing. That would be a really good tool for them. Keyword for the Aquarian is being very well aspected with speech, in terms of being very convincing, because they're so strong, very strong people, very strong personas, very personable, and it feels like a fresh breeze. I think of Aquarius whenever there's something very powerful and new and innovative. Innovative is a keyword for Uranus. I feel like it should be said that Aquarius has a very strong ruling period and energy for our particular civilization ever since the last major shift in civilization thought. That's what the age of Aquarius is about, which deserves its own video. I do believe it's relevant in this topic, though. So I see whenever I connect with Uranus right now, it's telling me all of these wonderful major shifts are happening in the way we think as a whole planet. All of us, all living creatures on this planet, all members of the ecosystem of this planet, it's all shifting in a way that is going to make us better, and it's been in motion since 1 BC, the first year that we've recorded in this new calendar system. So I feel that it's a very powerful energy that we can summon perhaps whenever and any time, and know that there is change happening and abounding in our planetary consciousness. So I just wanted to say that for anyone who's going to watch this video in any time for the next many years. So anything else to say about Aquarian? Very innovative, very much a voice of power and change, and coming through to bring something fresh. They bring something fresh, like a breeze will bring something fresh to a stale environment. It'll bring something well needed in that environment. It'll bring something that you didn't know you could have, that you didn't know you could do. You didn't think to look under, the old desk there, and didn't notice there was all these old papers and things that were full of dust, and you didn't know, and then you keep looking, and all of a sudden you find some like old pencil box, and it's got mystical rocks inside it. That's just a scene I just imagined when trying to describe Uranus energy, Uranian energy, is moving and sleuthing, and not very intimidating, since it's not the kind of energy that's gonna slap you on the head when you're not looking, and also come with some kind of startlingness to it. It's more like it's gonna slap you on the head, but it's gonna wake you up. It's like they slap some cold, wet towel on your face when you've been getting hot and, nodding off or something because it's so hot. That's how I imagine Uranus, Uranian energy. So what else can we say? Uranus was not considered a classical planet in traditional astrology. I mean, since then, traditional astrology has expanded to include that. But astrology has been around for millennia, and it's been recorded for a very long time. And they didn't have the equipment to see Uranus back then. Though there was always some astronomers, who were noticing strange occurrences in the night sky, looking up, noticing that some stars are oddly bright tonight, and I haven't seen anything like that before, and I don't think I'm crazy, no. And a lot of those astronomers got kicked out of the church and exiled from the town and the countryside, the whole country, and thrown out, made to live in the wilderness with no resources, banned from coming in on penalty of death. These people who were noticing strange happenings and saying something about them, and it was bad for them. It was bad news to the corporate conglomerates of the time, because we can't have people thinking something different than what we would like for them to think about during work hours and day hours. Oh, no. They will be less productive. They will have ideas about changing things, and then they will overthrow us. They will take us down. They'll ruin us, and they'll take everything away from us, and instead of facing that fear, they'll just do the easiest thing they can think of and not put any grain of intelligence or passion into it. Just find them someone and slaughter them out there with the same lackluster that they'll slaughter common thieves, So there's that. What else can we say about Uranus? So I really associate blue-white colors, airy energies. As for incense, I would use flower incenses, lavender, jasmine. I would use sandalwood too. And air signs are thinker signs. So if we have the diagram, there's another diagram I'll be posting. There is fire, water elements, and there's air, earth elements. Fire, water, air, earth. Those are the 4 elements in traditional astrology. So fire and water are passion elements, emotional feeling, more so than the practical, grounded, thinking elements. So air and earth are the thinkers, and water and fire are the feelers. Aquarius is an air sign, not a water sign. Just saying that again. So Aquarian energy is very mental. I would say that Uranus is well channeled when you're thinking about the mind and cognitive science, cognitive mechanics. When you are cognating anything, you are in the Uranus vibration. I also see tunnels when I think of Uranus, tunnels and spiral circuits. So, I don't believe I have a single sign in Aquarius in my chart. But that's not important. So Aquarian is very forward-minded, high-achieving, determined, delicate, air sign.